Is it? Is it?
November 5th.
Um. Oh no!
I know of
I
no
pressed
reason
the
why the
wrong
gunpowder
button.
treason
I
can
pressed
never
the
be
wrong
forgot.
button. Oh no! I gotta.
Oh, it says live. Oh.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Over the show. Tubi. Nick D. Live from New York City. Jarvis Jerry. Ooh, Sadu even
Boo.
beat you,
Bop
dude.
boo.
Sadizzle. And a hella happy birthday to one of the greatest dogs ever, Rambo. Today is Rambo's birthday.
Today's Rambo's birthday.
Today's
Well, happy
Rambo's
birthday,
first
Rambo.
birthday.
Rambo.
Rambo is officially 1 year old today.
Send him a
So
scooter.
shout out to Rambo. Shout out to Sadizzle. I know he's going to get off to bed. So let's get that out of the way immediately. Cool. So today is
Yeah, that's
episode 101. Why is that special? A hint, it's Addie's favorite movie.
There's a movie with
Dalmatians? I don't
101 in
know.
it.
101 Dalmatians.
Oh.
101 Dalmatians. Tonight is 101 Dalmatians.
That's his favorite movie. That's dope.
Well,
What
it was his favorite
cartoon
movie.
or the
The cartoon. Yeah, the cartoon. Because the live action wasn't even out when we were kids. And that's why they ended up getting the dog Molly.
Okay. Is one of the dogs in the movie named Molly? Where did that name?
I don't know. We'll call Addie later in the show.
Isn't that what?
No, isn't it like Pogo?
Let's see, I thought that was the. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's Dolly. Name
let's
of
see.
the.
Oh, shout out to Austin. He unfortunately was in the hospital over the weekend. He got super sick. I definitely don't think we'll be doing the hot chip this year.
For sure. You know what would be a dope tier list is the 101 Dalmatians.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one, Nick D. Live on the OverShow. It's episode 101, and why is that special?
101 Dalmatians, dog.
Yeah, 101 Dalmatians. Exactly. That's why I called you. Hey, why did you name the dog Molly and not something different? Like Pogo or whatever.
I don't know. I think it was like Good Golly Miss Molly or some shit. I forget.
That's awesome. Little Richard reference.
Well, I'm not gonna bother him. He's all awesome now. All right. Well, I didn't know. We wanted to know if it was a dog name from the dogs.
No. I honestly now you're jostling my memory here because I'm like, fuck. What was the whole saga of trying to name the dog, and why didn't we go with like Lucky or Perdita?
There is a Dolly. Well, one of them's name is Dolly.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, his dog was Molly, Nick D.
For sure.
But you got Molly because of 101 Dalmatians.
Yes.
100%. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Talk to you later, bro. Yeah. Guest appearance from Addie on episode 101.
Who will show up next?
Voice.
I could have FaceTime him. No, he's at home with his wife. He's not going to. Yeah. But I didn't know tonight was 101. I obviously knew it was 101, but then when I realized, yeah. So how are you guys?
So there, just really quick, just to put a bow on it.
Yeah.
There is a Molly. One of the 101 Dalmatians puppies is Molly. For the record.
Out of 101, I mean, yeah.
I'm on the wiki.
They don't tell you all 101.
Maybe they do in the book because in the wiki it's like, oh yeah, one of them's Molly.
Jared, don't question Nick D's knowledge now. He's got it on lock.
Or maybe not. Maybe that wasn't. I don't know. Let's move.
So let's get into everyone's favorite segment. We need to get like a fucking song for this. Drink of the night. What are you all sipping on? Anyone?
We got a rock.
You going Rockstar, Nick D? Classic.
It's
classic
tired,
flavor.
It's cold. Yeah, but sugar free.
Okay.
Sugar.
And Jerry, you said you've tried this one before.
What is it?
That's not what I said. I
Oh,
said I
cranberry?
don't know. I imagine. Yeah, it's the holiday cranberry one. It's been
White
around
I've
spice
had it.
cranberry.
It's dope. Yeah, it's dope.
So yeah, I feel I had to have had it over at some point because it's not like that's brand new. I feel
And
they
well,
do
because
that
So,
at one
every
point
year,
it
right?
actually
Okay,
was
yeah.
red, right? This time they're just not dyeing it red.
Well, I usually drink.
Because remember when LeBron
Yeah, there was the
had it
LeBron
was
one.
red.
Yeah, that okay.
Yeah.
I had
It's
the
the same
LeBron
shit.
one. It is. You're totally
Yes.
right. You guys are right. I usually this time of year is when they usually come out with the Canadian dry cranberry, and
Yeah.
I always drink
I
those.
had one of those like a week ago.
I
had
always
one of
drink
those.
those. Yeah, I don't normally pick up the Sprite. The thing I thought that was the craziest is how really clear it really is.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like water.
It looks like freaking water, man. It's kind of crazy.
There's not even like bubble. Is it flat?
It tastes flat. Yeah. It had a slight bubble when I poured it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Classic.
I think Sprite is the best from the fountain.
For sure. All of them are. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. A can of
about
Coke.
orange soda.
A
Orange
can of
soda, I
Coke is
like-
really
yeah.
good too, though. A really good can of Coke. But yeah, the fountain Coke is great too. All right, Jer, how are you doing?
Yeah. Drinking flat, sugar-free ginger ale.
I meant just with life and stuff. You doing all right?
You know, that's
Your beard's looking
my
real long.
response. Yeah, I need to cut it, trim it up.
I can't.
It's a little too
I think
long.
that's
It's
long.
got a curl at the
I
bottom.
thought that's. I think that's the longest I've seen it.
Yeah. I think so.
Me
I
and
think
Nick
maybe
D are
only one other
normally.
time, probably during like COVID.
You should
Okay.
like get all like when Jim Carrey came out at the MTV Music Awards with like the long hair and the beard.
Mm.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Always be wearing like
that's also a look.
sunglasses.
Let's see how long that actually was.
Once
That
once
beard.
my
Yeah.
I always know
Let's
like
pull that
once
up.
the mustache starts curling into my lip. I mean, I trim that
Yeah.
immediately, but that's when I know I'm like, oh man, it's starting to get a little
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow, that was long beard.
yeah. I used to dig the long beard, but mine gets so unruly. I don't have like a nice like Nick D. You have a great shaped natural beard. Like you don't do too much shaping, right?
Like not like you
The-
know
like the
like
outside, the
every couple
outside.
of weeks. Yeah.
You
like it's a
you
lot of
shape
just
the
calm-
outside a little bit.
Yeah.
See, I was
Like,
never good at
You
that.
know, I like watched a YouTube video. Like I like it took a minute, but yeah, like I learned how to just like from like this like series of YouTube videos.
And I think I grow more.
And eventually you just don't fuck it up that badly. And then,
Yeah.
because I tend to lean into combing until it's
I grow more on one side heavy than the other.
oh yeah. I think everyone does. I could be
Over
wrong.
on this
I think
side.
everyone is that your left side?
No, it's my right.
Because I think everyone grows more hair on their left side because the heart and it just like it you know what I mean? Like your left side is just more
Mm.
I don't know, potent.
Well, I don't know if I like that one.
I don't know if that's true. That also, as I'm saying, it sounds like some like bullshit a little kid tells you when you're like 4th grade and you just run with it for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Those are the best ones.
All right. Goodness gracious. Let's get into the fucking shows, man. We're starting off with Agatha. All right, Jerry.
Yeah.
Is this over? Is this done?
This is done. And I watched the final episode last
thing
night.
I've seen is Wiccan's like suit now.
Can I
very
I'm assuming neither of you go to watch this,
comic accurate.
right?
I mean, I might watch it if it's dope.
Mhm.
Like if you're like, dude, it's fucking sick, I might watch.
Here's what I'll say about it. I personally did not really like it. Okay? And then I watched the final episode. And when episode 8, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And I was like, so kind of confused on even what was going on. And I kind of had already figured out, and I'm just going to go right into it. He was fucking Billy. Billy, I don't what Vision or Wanda.
Oh,
I don't,
yeah, yeah, he's,
I don't know what his last name would be.
Uh,
That he's Wanda and Vision's son, right?
yeah, yeah. I just said it. Now I can't even think of it. What's his name? Not Warlock. It's
Yeah, he's some type of warlock king dude person.
he's an X.
He's
like,
an X-Men, right? He's some fucking X-Men dude. Which I
or
guess
he's a young Avenger. My bad. He's a young Avenger.
no, I guess Nick D in some of the shots, I didn't see this or pick up on it, but I saw it on the internet after the fact. He has a circle X on his arm.
Sick.
I'm sure we could even find the image of where. Anyways, Jared, go back to the original poster that you had of the image, or exit and click on that original poster. Here's the thing about it, in my opinion, boys, is that I'm like, I went into it really thinking it's an Agatha show, right, or whatever. I guess now now that I'm looking at the poster, even he is like right on one side of her. It's a lot more of him than I ever thought. It's more of like a split show amongst the two of them. They did like a fake out. And I felt like when I originally saw all the promotion, they were showing all these ladies. And I was like, oh, it's going to be this witch show. And it is, don't get me wrong. And they're the only other characters. But he's like a fucking major, it's like his show. It's like almost his outcoming, his origin story, Nick D. You feel me? And then it isn't until episode 9 where they do this like flashback episode that really then explained to me everything. Plus, I called BK immediately and was like, bro, what the fuck was going on in this show? And he kind of explained it more to me. Because it kind of does almost a Tarantino-esque thing where it's like in a weird order or something. And they don't explain certain things to you. So then by the end of it, I was like, oh, okay. I kind of get now what the show's all about. But I don't know this character. You feel me? Like... I don't know any of these characters, and I don't think that the show was good enough for these random Marvel characters for me to really give a shit. And Aubrey Plaza as Death or whatever is interesting, but like that even wasn't really well explained in my opinion of like what the fuck was going on with her. Or I don't know. I don't know. I was confused. I was confused by a lot of it. But then by the end, you kind of like, oh, okay. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I also been watching this back and forth with Penguin, which I didn't even put on the list, but I've been watching all the Penguins. I'm only one behind. And
I think I might be 2 behind.
Going back and forth between the Penguin show and Agatha is such a crazy different like world, right? And the thing I'll say about Agatha is almost like the same thing we were saying about Shyamalan. It's like he makes these like PG-13 horror movies. Like they're making like this weird PG-13 TV show, and like that's cool and everything. But like I rather like when they do Miss Marvel and it's just straight corny shit. I almost enjoy that more than I enjoy them going for the edgy thing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like She-Hulk or Miss Marvel, I kind of enjoyed those more because they were just straight like, this is bad. First, this trying to be good thing. I don't know. That's my personal take. And Nick D, if you super like that Wanda's son character, then yeah, it's totally worth watching because it's his introduction and shit. Or if you're super into Agatha, I don't even know, is Agatha a big Marvel character? Like you're the big comic guy.
She's not like I don't think that's how like Agatha is like portrayed.
Well, she's super powerful and stuff.
Like,
she's a witch, Nick. Like it's interesting. I'm just saying I don't know Agatha in the comics either.
Yeah, I don't really either. But from from what I've seen is that she's it's like a Madam Web type thing. I think they've like redesigned what Agatha is in the show. Yeah, and like Wiccan, I never really like I don't really read like New Avengers. Like I know who he is, but like that like who that like that's like their like Teen Titan. It's like I'd much rather be like I'd rather see what the Avengers. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, well, I'd much rather.
Clearly, I think Nick D, they're gonna use him in a team up and stuff. Like, spoiler, he's alive at the end.
Well, I mean, I think the whole Kate Bishop like how they're setting up the Young Avengers. Like
We're probably good,
this is
Jerry.
him. He's gonna be like their like Doctor Strange.
I guess that's true. They're showing it on Disney.
Yeah, or he's gonna be their Wanda.
Yeah,
you know. So like that's cool. So if you end up watching that, Nick D, and then you're like, I like this guy, then you can go back and watch Agatha. But until then, you're probably good.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm
like I like is Death interesting? Like Death is.
That's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't.
I wonder
even
if
like,
they'll ever tie her into Thanos.
Yeah, there's rumors that Aubrey Plaza is going to continue into it, but we'll see. Because I don't know how well this is being received. I don't know any of that.
I mean, they're bringing up Secret Wars. Like, it is crazy that it's like, yeah, it's all kind of lining up.
Like, if they make a second season, which I'm sure they'll attempt if this gets good views, because it ends in a way of that nature.
I think it's been getting good views, right? Like, I haven't heard people been talking shit about this the way they have like other things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like either you like the show or you don't, but I don't think anyone hates it.
I'm surprised by that. I personally found it to be a little bit confusing, but I will definitely.
But confusing. But you didn't find it like bad. You weren't like fuck the show. You were more just like, what's happening?
I made it to the end.
Yeah, I mean that's something.
You know,
I watched it all, pal.
Yeah. I didn't even get to the end of She-Hulk. I never finished She-Hulk.
I don't know. Like
I like that better
than you
this.
saying that it's more or less a bait and switch is my big fear with Marvel at this point, is that like they tell you one thing and then it's like, oh, by the way, we're actually gonna, like you said, we're gonna introduce this new character, and it's like, I don't know who that is. I would have been signing up for something else, and I probably would have been super annoyed of like, then all of a sudden, like you're saying, we're just falling around this boy, that it's just like,
well, you're not, dude. It's like, to get into the super like details of it, it's actually okay. There is now I'm gonna like talk it up now, but there is some interesting things going on. Like if you go to the image, like one of the older ladies, she's like this witch that can like see the future. She's like jumping in and out of different times. So whenever they show you her point of view, it's hard to explain. So there is some interesting things like, going on, but like,
I don't know. I don't know who that is, so I don't care.
I agree. That's the one thing I'm like, it kind of does. It did feel loosely, in my opinion. We'll have BK on at some point for Star Wars night. It did feel very bait and switch. I would agree, Jerry.
Yeah.
But
like, yeah, that's crazy.
That's just from my point of view. I felt like from episode 6 to the ending, it was like the Billy fucking saga. With Agatha still playing a major role in it, but like also him becoming more of like this like co-star, even though the show is called, I don't know. I also thought when going originally into this that it was going to be a lot more lighthearted. I didn't think it was going to be trying to be as serious as it was.
That was my next question. Is it funny? Because I feel like that actress drunk.
No, she's not. She's like, playing it very like the same as she was in the show.
She's not like.
There's a few moments of it for sure in the first episode.
Because like that's why I would watch it, is that I'd want it to be funny.
Yeah, I
because I like that actress.
I agree, Nick D, and I thought going into it, I thought it was going to be a more sitcom-y, lighthearted
best
thing.
Episode.
Okay.
Rated one.
Which one is it? 7? Maybe.
7.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that's the episode where it's from her point of view, where she's time jumping around. That lady that was just on screen. The one the episode, and that episode did stand out to me, Jerry. So maybe, yeah, I guess that is the best episode, because that it does like the first 6 episodes. I was like, where is this going and shit, you know? And then once they kind of break off and show you Billy's episode or whatever, you're like, oh, I kind of get where this is going now. And then that's also when he becomes, it's a fucking, bro. We're talking about this show for way too long. It was a C. I'm giving it a C. Out of the Marvel shows, I would put it on the lowest for me personally right now. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I thought I liked less than this. I'm just saying from my personal point of view.
Fair.
So same.
I also don't think that. I also don't.
Did these.
You know what's funny? I just rewatched that. Wait, is it? I put that on the list. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, what do you mean the same people that created, like the actual same people?
Oh, she wrote
the woman.
Oh,
the
really?
Woman, Jacques, I imagine. No, probably Jack. I don't know.
Wow.
Where was it?
Black Widow. Didn't you just watch Black Widow?
Yeah,
somewhere.
I put that on the list.
Who?
Me.
Did you know she wrote that?
No, I actually watched Black Widow right after I watched the last episode of Agatha. That's crazy.
Subliminal message, like Disney Plus, like fucking.
No, because I was talking
secret. Watch this.
I was talking to BK and I mentioned I was like, oh, isn't the next Marvel movie coming out? Fucking
Thunderbolt.
The Thunderbolts. And he was like, yeah, but that's, or he's like, or something like that. But actually, that's not till May or something.
Yeah, I think isn't it Is Captain America?
He said, yeah, that's what he said. He said Captain America's before it. Anyways, I then watched Black Widow because I thought about the Thunderbolts, and I've only seen this movie once. I think this movie's actually pretty good, but I like Scarlett Johansson, and I like the Black Widow character, and it was cool to see. It's like a one and done. I do find the whole story to be pretty corny as far as like how it all ends up playing out, but because it feels so self-contained.
This movie, this is one of those things where like this movie would have like.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Nikki.
So much more money and be favorable if it just came out when
it's supposed to come out. Yeah, in the storyline where it would have fit better.
People would have been like, "Oh, it's right if there was like Winter Soldier." It's so fucking because it's.
And they could have connected it
for that time.
They could have connected it more to the bigger story, to where like it ended with more of like something.
Her death would. I mean, her death would already hit hard, but it would have been like you had just gotten this movie, and it's like she's.
I like this movie though. I think it's a B.
Yeah.
I do like it. I like the
Captain Russia, whatever.
Yeah, the scene where he's like, we are family or whatever, and he's like, you have so much blood on your ledger. Like, I'm so proud of you girls. Like, it's so hilarious.
Yeah. I love that actor. Yeah,
he's great in it. I do think they did what's his name a little, or her, he or she, whatever it's supposed to be, but
Crossbones.
No,
not Crossbones.
The time, no,
Taskmaster.
They did him dirty or her dirty.
I mean, they did for sure, but maybe she's dope in Thunderbolts. Like maybe they're like, all right, we need to overhaul this.
But the mask and everything alone, just.
You're right. It's dog shit.
It's just isn't up to like the comic standard.
At least we know there's more coming, so it's like maybe they could fix it. Like who knows? Like I'm hyped for Ghost.
Is it a mask in the comics, Nick T?
Like, I'm like, that's sick.
Is it a mask?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a dude. Taskmaster.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's pretty weak.
Yeah, I just don't think Taskmaster, like, for how dope of a comic character, when you see him in the comics, he looks so cool.
And how, like, badass he is. Like, there's, like, unless you've got, like, super powers, he can, like, take you on. Like, he can't fight the Hulk.
Well, also, he's not even, like, he's not the main focus.
Like, all the other Avengers are run for their money.
Yeah. He's not even the main focus in the movie, though. It's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
How they incorporated it. Either way, it's a fucking. I gave it a B minus. I like that chick too. She's chilling it. Dynamic between her and ScarJo is great. It works.
Oh
B-.
Florence Pugh.
But I'm sure we've talked about this movie before. I just
a lot of like cool people. This movie's got a great cast.
Yeah, I rewatched it just in anticipation of Thunderbolts. And I've been in a little bit of a Marvel mood. I've been going horror movie, Marvel movie.
Yeah. Penguin.
I've been watching Penguin. Thing is, Nick D, though, like, Penguin's fucking great, but I hate it. It just gets, it's one of those shows.
Yeah.
It's like, what was that one with, what's his name from Arrested Development? Michael Bluth. He lives at the lake.
Oh,
fuck, what was that show
Jer
called?
watched it. Where he's only in like the first like couple of episodes.
No, it's
Oh wait, the gambling
Ozarks?
one? Like
Ozarks, bro. Penguin reminds me
I
of
was
Ozarks,
thinking-
one where you're watching it and you're like, "Fuck, man, all of this is fucked." I'm enjoying it, but I'm not enjoying this. This is all fucked.
Yeah.
But the writing's great.
I mean, I think that's fair.
The writing's great. It's a great show. I hate every moment of it. We can move off Black Widow though, Jerry. The Fog. What year is this?
Is this like 70
80.
or
1980. Wow.
It's really dope. I haven't seen it in forever. It holds up. John Carpenter, great soundtrack. All vibes. Like it's a slow burn. There's this one scene in it though that's just like so sick. It's like towards just visually, like the way it looks like. I bet if you just go to like the Fog GIF, you don't even have to like pull up the actual copy rich.
Don't tell
And
me what to do.
will GIFs copyright? Can you do a GIF or is Big Brother you not cool with that?
It's probably fine.
I don't know, but like, where in the John Carpenter time span is this film?
I think this is early. Can we see that, Jarvis Jerry? We need to see the chronological order of the Carpenter verse.
And is the Fog before? Is the
It's
Fog?
Jamie Lee Curtis though. Is this pre-Halloween?
Is this no? Wait, no.
Oh wait, no. Halloween's
before this.
Yeah, this is too late.
Is this before or after The Mist too? Kind of a similar premise. Similar premise, right?
After this is, yeah. Well, very similar premise. Instead of ghost pirates, it's Cthulhu.
Yeah, monsters.
Not that one. It's building up to it. Like that's sick. Not that one.
Oh no, pal! You just said type in the Fog gifts, and that's what.
And then is there one with a cross?
Maybe. See, pal, a little more would have been nice. What are we looking for? Directing or writing?
Directing.
Matter.
It does fucking matter, dude.
Well, I guess, yeah.
No, because he pretty much directed all the things he wrote. I feel so.
Oh, so wait. Okay, so wait. He did Halloween. I always forget. Nick D, I got confused on that. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, he does Halloween before this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because I was thinking of Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, he did Halloween. Wait, so wait, can you go back down a little bit, Jared? I'm sorry. We're trying to look at what he did before the.
Oh, the Fog is before this. Fog is And he did Escape from New York before this. Wow.
Okay, you can go
before that.
Dark Star too. I want to watch that. The Elvis film.
Huh.
I don't think I've seen.
He did the original one.
Wait, click on Starman. What is Starman?
Dark Star?
There's Dark Star, but then there's Starman above the Fog.
It's above Christine. Wow. That guy. Jeff Burgess. Alien takes form, young Wisconsin's widow's husband. Makes her drive him to his departure point, Arizona. Distrustful government, along with a more ambivalent scientist.
Oh, I know what this is. I've never seen.
It's like the alien version of Michael.
Yeah. Exactly. Michael, what a movie!
Michael's great.
We should do a Travolta list. Yeah,
we should do a Travolta list.
Fog's great. Fog is super
vampires.
dope.
Vampires is one of my fucking favorites. Dude, John Carpenter did some of the best movies ever. Yeah.
It's like Bram Stoker and then that one. Those are like the best.
Yeah, so what are you giving The Fog?
I mean, I'm gonna give it. I mean, I feel like I'd give it an S in like vibes because it did exactly what I wanted. Like all the movies I watched because I was itching for 80s horror. But like in terms of really just because it's kind of slow and it's like it feels like a 70s movie. I'd give it like an A. Like it's like check it out. It was a background movie. I was like looking at bases stuff like on the internet while I was watching it, but great. Very slow, but very atmospheric. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
That's kind of
not showing the whole scene.
I mean, the thing kind of starts off slow and then builds up.
It's like the part with the eyes, like that's like it's like the other version of that shot where it's the thing holding the cross and it's got the glowing eyes. It's like holy shit! This is like it just looks amazing, and it's like you just don't get stuff like that. It was such like an '80s horror aesthetic, like album or like
Right there.
'70s rock. My stream is so far behind that I'm still like.
Yeah, Nick's not watching on Discord like a dummy.
Well, I don't have anything that says stream. I've just got you guys.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't see what Jer's doing.
Oh.
I'm looking.
I can, Jer.
Yeah, well, done with that then. What'd you give it? A B?
An A.
An A.
It's
you know what we gotta do, Nick D? Actually, like for real, is a fucking Carpenter fucking tier list.
Yeah.
That would be sicker.
John Carpenter.
Very Pan's Labyrinth.
Like the look of it, yeah, for sure.
No, this is Phantasm. I forgot you're not watching Discord. So Phantasm, pal.
There's nothing for me to watch on Discord. Like I don't even have the.
I mean, there is though. So I'll share my screen again, but I'll mess up. I don't know what to tell you.
Phantasm. This is also just like another dope. Super sick. Like I'd give it an A. It's just like again, it's all vibes. Everything looks like an album cover. I'm sure like you guys have seen like the little ball with spikes in this room.
Yeah.
Like this is just like a classic.
Wait, is there multiple?
I don't. Oh yeah, there is for sure. I've only seen. I just saw this one. I never saw this.
Right there, Jerry. Go scroll down, Jerry.
Like
I think that was just cases of
the same DVD.
All of October, I've been seeing gifs of this movie. I saw that it was on air, so it's just like, oh, I'm just because like this, The Fog, and
oh no,
I forget what the other movie I watched was like. 4. I was like, oh, they're gonna like take all of these off. A couple of this is like they probably put all of these Halloween.
79. Wow.
Great.
They made a bunch of them, huh?
Who were these different boxes?
No, because look over there, titles.
Well, it just says, well, oh, I see. Down there.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Lord of the Dead.
Yeah, I was about to say the third one's called Lord of the Dead.
98.
Oblivion.
What was the last movie?
There's a dope guitar solo in this movie. Like there's a scene that opens with this dude just playing like this sick strat. You're like, all right, that's like a mid.
You watched them all?
No, I just watched the first one.
Oh yeah. You're so delayed. Forgot.
Is it like
I'm delayed?
No, you're chilling, Nick.
From what I'm doing to what you're talking about is not. Yeah. Night of the Demons, pal. We're on you again.
Yeah, it's an A. This movie's like I had never seen this either. This is not one of my favorites.
Did you watch
this is like
all this stuff on Halloween or after? What was?
No, like last night and today. Last night.
So post Halloween.
Nick's like, no, I watched this shit like yesterday.
Pre-election,
pre-Thanksgiving. This is my getting ready for Thanksgiving break. I'm like ramping up to just like lounging. with some 80s horror.
Angela's having a party. Jason and Freddy are too scared to come, but you'll have a hell of a time.
He looks like
what a byline. It's like a little novel.
Yeah. God,
wait,
that's so
can
long.
Can I see a couple images from this real quick? Or are they too graphic?
Well, I mean, you do have to be careful. It's an 80s movie, so there is like nudity, but I don't think IMDb will. I was just gonna say, like, don't go to like Google it.
No, IMDb will show shit.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you gotta careful. Like it's all practical effects. I mean, it has monsters. To be.
It's all practical effects.
And it's like, that looks familiar.
Okay, I really kind of want to check this one out. And would you say, Nick T?
No, it's on Amazon Prime for free. It's genuinely funny. It's mocking horror. It's like an 80s scary movie in the sense, I mean, scary movie like the Wayans brothers one, where it's so stupid, but it knows exactly what it's doing. It's like, I really do think it's Evil Dead with money. Like, you can tell, like, they had significantly more money than Evil Dead had, and it's just that kind of vibe, feeling. Like, yeah, this is for sure worth checking. This movie's great. Okay.
Also on Amazon?
Also on Amazon. All through 3 A's from the 80s. From
Amazon.
This one, they're all like different vibes though. Like the John Carpenter one is like, oh, like, ooh, crazy. It's like Phantasm was like weird. Like, it's not trying to be funny. It's trying to be serious, but it's weird, but it looks cool. And like, this is just like, this is an 80s horror movie where it's really just like trying to. And there's a dope, all of them have dope sound.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. Any of them?
Yeah, I haven't heard of it. I've heard of Phantasm.
Yeah, so.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you guys know The Fog. You guys have heard of The Fog.
Yeah, The Fog. Yeah.
Weston back in the house. What's up, Weston? How you doing? Where you been? What's going on? How's Star Wars? So anyway, Evil Dead budget. 350,000 compared to the other one had 1.2 million dollars.
What did this did?
This did.
Night of the Demons does?
Yeah, you can feel it.
Budget.
Really?
Everything just looks better.
In that year?
Yeah.
Estimated.
Yeah. It had $1 million budget. Wow. I have to see. What was this on, Nick T?
Because this was after.
All three of them are on Prime.
This is after Evil Dead. So they probably
Who directed?
Wait, for sure. They probably saw it.
Who directed the other one?
I have no idea who directed Night of the. But there's full on. They straight up Phantasm straight up takes Dune parts from Dune, and this movie straight up takes Sam Raimi's camera shot thing, where it's going through the woods.
Oh, so it's like a knockoff.
Not even knockoff. I would say you can tell this guy loved Evil Dead, and he's like, I want to do that, but for a studio. I want to do that with $1 million.
Night of the Demons.
And you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sick.
Night of the Demons, Night of the Demons, Night of the Demons 2. He's not giving up on this one.
Oh, so there was a bunch of Night of the Demon movies.
I guess.
Well, looks like
I just put this on today. I needed something to watch while I was practicing guitar.
And then
somebody else.
He helped with the second one, and then the one in 2009. Someone else just was like, "We're doing this without him." That's what it seems like.
You got boxed out. That sucks.
Interesting.
It has a 6. Oh, I thought that said a 4. It's like, bro. I'd say it's better than a 6.1 personally. But again, I went in looking for a trashy, fun 80s gory horror movie.
Shannon Elizabeth's in it.
Perfect. It's exactly what I want.
Yeah. The 2009 one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Edward Furlong.
In the 2009 one. Why are we looking at the 2009 one?
Because somebody thought it was good enough to make in 2009.
Yeah.
So it's like, who did they rope into it? And it's at least 2 people I know.
Yeah,
Edward Furlong
yeah.
and
I
Shannon
speaking of
Elizabeth.
Furlong, even though this has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, Terminator 2. I almost put on Terminator 1, and I was like, I love this movie. I could definitely watch Terminator 1. But I was like, fuck it, let's watch something new, put on Night of the Dead. And I was like, oh, this is a good choice. Almost
There you
watched
go.
Terminator.
Kristen Taylor is Ben Stiller's wife.
Weston stopped playing Star Wars. He's now playing Fortnite.
Well, aren't
and
they?
he's a
They're
beast at
divorced
it.
now.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they. I'll look into that recently.
Damn.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Spreading lies.
Wow.
About what?
Ben Stiller and his wife
Kristen
got
Taylor
divorced.
and yeah.
So says Jerry.
Or at least they were like.
Because infidelity is what Jerry said. He said that he was in Manhattan and he ran into
parties.
Diddy parties with Ben Stiller. Jerry was there in Manhattan.
Yeah, 2017. So 7 years ago.
They got divorced 7 years ago?
Oh, wait. No. They were separating, though they never filed divorce and ultimately reconciled.
So they're having marital issues. That's probably why we don't see Ben Stiller in movies anymore. He's like, I gotta focus in on my wife, take her to Italy, spend all this
Weston,
money.
what character do you play in Fortnite, and what's your favorite dance?
It's skin, Jared.
Oh, great!
Fucking box you like a fish. All right, move on. What's our next thing? We got a bunch more to go through here, dude. I'm looking at
Wolves.
This is a Apple Plus exclusive. It is a George Clooney, Brad Pitt movie where they both play hitmen, hired to do the same job is the premise. There's a little bit more to it, but I won't go into the finer details. I'll let you watch. Is it a good film?
Is it a Christmas movie?
No, that was a random ad.
Is it two friends? Is it very clearly like George and Brad just goofing around?
No, but it's clearly a George Clooney, Brad Pitt goofing around. If you mean it like that.
Well, that's what. Yeah,
but
they're
not playing those same characters. They definitely are.
No.
Have a little different personality going on with each of them, but it's definitely like it's because it is just the two of them the whole movie.
Is Clooney always eating everything in every scene this time?
No.
He's like, I want to do that. Brad got to eat them last.
They do have a
skin. He said the Doom skin.
The new Doom skin, or the one that's from Chapter 2,
Weston
Season 2. No,
probably.
He's talking about
the new one.
He's talking about the new one. Yeah.
Just started playing. Yeah. That's cool. Right on.
Yeah, right on, man. You should go check out Slammin' Samsonite on YouTube.
Wow. Okay. Easy. Yeah. Little thing. How we.
All right, hold on.
We're not a cockney.
Wait, what was I? Oh, okay.
Decency thing.
Yeah, Jer. I mean, I feel like no matter what, putting the answer your question, yeah. But putting the two of them in any movie, I feel like they're going to come across that way. They could be playing fucking Pirates of the Caribbean style characters, and you'd still be like, yeah, this feels like Oceans, you know? Oh, there they are eating, Nick D.
Yeah.
But
hell yeah.
With that being said, I love the ocean vibes. So it is cool to see them on camera together, jibber jabbering back and forth, in their little.
It looks like Batman here.
He does.
It's very Bruce Wayne vibes.
It's very Bruce.
I mean, he was Batman.
Robin.
It is Robin, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You beat me that. I'd recommend this. I'd recommend watching it. But at the same time, I would also give it a B-, C+.
8 minutes. It's not bad.
Do they explain why it's wolves?
Okay.
It's not
It's nothing special.
It's special only because it's the two of them. The storyline itself.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're not working together. They're lone wolves.
Yeah, it's not wolves. Yeah, exactly. It's two lone wolves.
That's meta as shit. I'm giving it an A for the name.
They're going for
they title drop?
They're going for a Baby Driver or I'm trying to think of other movies that are a one and done.
Bullet Train. What's
that?
A cool one and done vibe, like a Tarantino-esque one and done. You know what I mean? Where it's there's not going to be a fucking sequel to this or anything or whatever. And
like Heat,
The Gray Man.
but less.
I couldn't see. I mean,
Like,
maybe
yeah,
I'm wrong.
Is it so?
But
Does it go? How thrillery does it get, or is it a like comedy crime thriller, or is it like no, they're like they're robbing stuff, they're doing it.
no, they're trying to figure out kind of what the fuck, like what situation.
Oh, Hitman, yeah.
Well, yeah, but they're like cleaning up a situation for Amy Ryan, which is the chick from The Office that ends up marrying Steve Carell's character. If you're an Office fan, spoilers. They're trying to clean up a mess that she was involved with, but they were both called in, and it like overlaps weirdly. So then they're like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, kind of vibe. Together.
Cop Car, that's a good movie.
Because they're like now they're linked in the situation together, so they got to figure it out together from there on out. I don't know. It's cool. It was cool. It was just like seeing them on screen together was cooler than the storyline presented.
Okay.
So this guy did all the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, really? Good for him.
And Cop Car and Clown.
The Old Man.
Is Cop Car? Wait, which one was Cop Car?
With the kids who get in the cop car and drive away, and Kevin Bacon is a cop and tries to find them. It grew on me. I've watched it like 2 or 3 times, and like
that's crazy.
Again, nothing really happens in it. Not a lot, but he did a lot with a little.
What's
He's
upcoming?
got a mustache.
Stash.
Cop Car 2. Still copping.
Is it still
Oh, he's
Skeleton Crew 2 episodes.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Kevin Bacon?
No, this director dude. Yeah, I mean, I give The Wolf what I gave it, a B minus C plus. If you got if you have fucking Apple Plus though,
I wanted to check it out. Yeah, I was curious about it.
If you're paying for Apple Plus, you 100% should watch it because there ain't shit on Apple Plus really for movies. I have been watching the new season.
Yeah.
I didn't put this on the list, but I have been watching the new season of
Shrinking.
And it's good. It's really it's not really good.
Is that what you said?
Shrinking.
It's
Jason Segel.
I think you said
Jason Segel and Harrison
Han
Ford.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Can we get it? When is Mythic Quest coming back? Is that show still a thing? I feel like every like 6 months, I'm like, where the fuck is that show?
My mom's been watching Dee's new show, and I caught part of an episode. It's pretty good.
I want to watch it.
It's pretty fucking good.
I saw the little card for it. I want to see it.
Her like the Mac was also really fucking good. I mean they still have the line, so it's still in production, or they assume it is.
Cool.
Didn't mean to do that. I think it said like this winter, so I think it's probably going to be early next year.
That's cool.
I don't know, actually, if there's only that. Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. 2 years since it aired.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's been
crazy.
For sure more than 8 for sure.
Yeah, it finished.
I might even go back and restart that.
Dude, seasons 1 and 2 are so fucking. When like Mac is even the most unhit, or Ian.
Yes, Weston, I am. I'm a little surprised you stopped playing Star Wars. You were grinding that.
Yeah, you were grinding that
double up both games, but I get it. Do what you do, pal. I like it.
You play Builds?
Yeah, I hope
Do you play Builds?
They bring this back soon.
Yes.
Yeah, Builds or no builds. Wolves. Yeah, that's how we got all the way there. And then another tubes one.
I got a few more, but yeah, Lopez versus Lopez, fucking the newest season. It was decent. It was decent. They had George be in rehab and stuff and getting sober. They had some good cameos.
For what?
For alcohol, yeah. And it was those parts, like, you know how they do it, Jerry. I think we've talked about this before with the family sitcoms where they do the serious episodes, and you're always like, "What the fuck," you know? And like a little too heavy on that shit, in my opinion. This newest season, I think the standout character for me is becoming the white dad that's married to George Lopez's right there. He's becoming like you remember like those good seasons with Ross, Jerry, where he's kind of super goofy and over the top, but like plays it well. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of that. Yeah. He's kind of that guy. Like right there was a great example. That last shot where he has the eye things on, that was a good example of it. He kind of cracks me up the most out of this show, even right there, you know, because him being the white dude and his back and forth with George Lopez right there, right? And I will say it's the way him and George go back and forth kind of works good.
Looks like Scott.
And the little kid playing the son. The little kid playing the son it does a very good job. For how tiny he is and shit. Yeah. Right there. They only show him once. Yeah, that's crazy. He's like a main part of the show, but yeah, he's great. And George is fantastic, you know. New season.
Yeah, George Lopez.
It was all right. It was all right.
What would you give this season compared to the rest?
It's altogether just kind of a C+ sitcom show. But I'm here. I'm here for that. You know, yeah, exactly, Nick D. It's always there for you. You know,
it's a pretty cool oversized suit.
It doesn't let you down for what it is. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have a laugh track, but they might as fucking well. Wilford? You know what I mean?
What did he do that made him have to go to? Like, does he like get a DUI or something?
Yeah. What does he do? It's the end of the other season. To be honest, Nick D, I cannot recall even what the flaw.
The event was. Yeah.
Jared's now going to try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not. Rosie's engagement party. It probably does something at the engagement party.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
Go down. Go to 3. Go to 3. Go to 3
and see if they tell us. Yeah, they're not covering it.
Yeah.
They don't want to give away spoilers. I get it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, so this is a crazy. It's made by a Coen brother. Ethan, whatever.
A single Coen made this.
Yeah,
one?
They're not together anymore. Yeah, Ethan did it.
Ethan, yeah.
Because of beef, or they're just.
I think they just split. Yeah, I don't think it's beefy, but yeah, it's about this lesbian girl who is like it opens up with her cheating on her girlfriend with a different girl. It's very graphic, and then she's got this best friend who's also a lesbian that she's kind of almost like leading on in a weird way, like I don't know. And then they go traveling, but they get this rent-a-car, but in the trunk of the rent-a-car is the shit that the bad guys want. So the bad guys are then chasing them throughout the movie.
There's bad guys in this. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they rent this rent-a-car, Nick D. And see, in the trunk, there's the briefcase in the trunk, and then boom, from there.
The classic. 2 drivers are coming to pick it up.
But the story I told you about, with the lesbian drama and all that, is really what you're also watching. So they're being chased in all of this, but then there's this like sexual tension kind of thing between these friends, and the other girl, like, she hasn't had a girlfriend or whatever in hella years and shit. I don't know. And then there's this like weird drama. It's very Coen Brothers esque. There's this weird drama, but at the same time, there's these like goofy. It's super Coen-y. Like there's these goofy bad guys who are almost like they feel dangerous, like they're gonna shoot you and shit, but they're also really goofy. It's very Coen Brothers. I don't know how to explain it. Do you guys know what I mean? Like it's the whole movie has a Coen Brothers vibe to it.
Like Fargo.
But it's
is that the first one?
Or Big Lebowski or any of that.
Yeah.
Fargo's Coen Brothers. But it opens up with this, like, my mom picked it out. She's like, "Oh, do you want to watch this movie? It's supposed to be like this, like whatever. What does she call it? A mystery thriller, or what do they categorize it as? Road trip action, buddy comedy. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, do you want to check it out? Whatever." And like I was like, "Oh," and then I looked and I saw Ethan Coen. I was like, "Yeah, for sure. Like we should definitely check this out." Slap it on right. And it opens up with the most graphic fucking sex scene. And I was like, oh my God.
That's probably what split them up. The one brother was like,
It was just over the top. But yeah. Altogether, for a Coen brother movie, it's not high up in my Coen brother movies. But it's a good film. It's a B minus. It's a B minus. I could have done without all the sexual stuff personally, not necessarily the relationship stuff, but like the actual graphic sex stuff. Like I didn't need it personally, but that's fine.
Sorry, checking the chat. It was Weston's birthday the other few weeks ago.
Happy birthday,
Weston 19, and he started his own Discord server. So.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's been busy.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you recommend watching this?
If you like the Coen Bros, and you like the tone of how their movies are toned, I definitely recommend it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, they're both good actresses. I've seen like a few of her comedy stuff. And isn't she?
I just saw her in the Substance.
Yeah. Like I said, like it's cool. I went watch it with your fucking mom. You know, wouldn't recommend that. That definitely like was like, oh, and that's also why I was like, I'd leave out the sexual stuff personally. But it was it's a good movie. It's a good Coen brother vibey. You know how like you either know the Coen brother vibe or you don't. Like there's certain directors that have that like all their movies have like a certain tone to them, and I feel like this definitely.
I've been wanting to rewatch Burn. Thinking about Burn.
Burn After Reading.
Yeah.
It's got that vibe.
Yeah.
It's got George Clooney and Brad Pitt, right? Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They
don't have any scenes together except for the.
You watched Veep, Jerry? Is that what you're pulling in?
Yeah, we finished Veep the other day.
Nice. I've never watched it. I mean, I've seen parts of episodes, but I've never like sat down and like committed to watching it. Yeah.
It's so.
How many seasons?
7.
How many?
Something like that.
I don't think this is a spoiler, Tubes, because it happens relatively early. How many seasons are after before she announces she's going to run for president? I don't know if she wins or not, but she in that because that was the last thing I saw. Is that like season 4?
I think she like announces that in 3. So then like there's the rest of 3.
So I have to see 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen that, but I don't think I ever saw the.
Yeah, it was cool.
Unless time jumps to all of a sudden she is.
It was cool. I think in the end though, they're all just so mean. I feel like that was the thing Karina and I talked about the most, was just like, God, living in like DC and being like trying to get into political world just seems so awful, and they just backstab each other constantly, and you still have to work with this person that it's just like, God, that seems terrible.
Who's the guy that works in the White House and he's like a kiss ass and everyone's to him because he's not in
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah.
He's
like,
in. He works
Jonah.
for like the president, and they're all the vice president
Staff.
Whatever staff. Yeah, and so he comes
And
over
she's the
because he's
vice
assigned to blah
president,
blah blah
right?
work with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this show's like a more serious version of that. What was the show? I was watching it.
No.
What?
It's like.
What was I gonna say, Jared?
It's like. It's not. It's not
like a more
serious though.
But
it's just it's always Sunny version of whatever you're gonna.
What's the show with the Back to the Future dude? It was the last
West
thing.
Wing? I don't know.
It was the last from Back to the Future actor. What the fuck? The lead actor.
Christopher Lloyd?
No, not Christopher
Michael
Lloyd.
J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. It was the last show he did before he retired.
Spin City?
Spin City. It's like, is it like a more serious Spin City? Because Spin City, they're all working.
I don't know. I wouldn't even like.
Because they work for the mayor. He's the mayor. They're all the mayor's assistants. But it's like
they're too different.
Okay.
Like I see what you're saying, but
it's like a curbed version of Veep. It's like the comedy is like uncomfortable and like, again, and they're just like, some of the stuff that they say is really mean but funny, but it's like,
it's a really mean.
It's like, I don't know. They know not to go too deep into the policy part or whatever, but again, the problems aren't ridiculous. I don't know. Yeah, they're not necessarily ridiculous like they were in Spin City. Like, I don't know, Spin City, there's a little bit more classic comedy, where this is like HBO comedy. Like, you know, like we're saying Cohen vibe. Like, this is
it's a little more edgy.
HBO comedy.
Like the thing that they're really upset about is that like she'll be at like a veterans thing and she's wearing like a red. And it's like, you're a fucking Democrat. This looks so fucking bad that you have a red. And then they blow that up into this huge fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's all like little political PR.
I don't know. It was interesting, but yeah, by the end, it was kind of just like, God, you're all so mean. Like, you're all just so mean.
Especially the Buster. They're mean to Buster.
Yeah,
that dude from Upright Citizens Brigade. He's great. Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh is great in that show.
I don't know who that is.
Would you recommend it, Jerry?
He's the press secretary.
I
would for sure recommend the first 3. I can't speak for after that, but it opens strong.
Yeah, I don't know. We binged it, so I don't know. I don't think you're missing anything if you don't. Like, again, I didn't dislike it, but again, I didn't think it was like, oh my God, it was a game changer. It was so funny. I was like, it was fine. I like Julia Louis Dreyfus.
If you want to see her like cool. Swear and scream.
Yeah. Yeah, to see her, it was cool. But like, yeah, I don't know. You're not missing much.
Okay. All right. So what are you giving it?
Put it on because we didn't like have something else to watch.
King of Queens. You should put that on.
King of Queens. What?
Yeah.
I thought you said Wing.
I've been watching that on your Peacock account. King of Queens is great.
Okay. I feel I've seen that pop up.
I never saw it from
like
beginning
a C plus. You know, like, again, I don't want to say it's, but not because it's bad, just because, again, walking away, it was just like, I wouldn't rewatch it myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a one and done. So
there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of stuff I watch is one and done.
B minus.
B minus with a preference, one and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I feel I don't think I watched anything else. At least didn't like finishing. Like, you started shrinking. Karina, I've been watching that Teacup show, but that's not done, so no point necessarily talking about it. But this,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
I've been
on
watching
Peacock.
Penguin, but how many episodes of Penguin are there? I haven't even heard of it. Is it nuclear stuff?
No, it's weird stuff. I don't know. They're stuck on a farm, and people in these masks mark it off and tell them like, "Oh, you can't cross the line," and then when you cross the line, you die. And so it's
Because
just
they shoot
them.
you, or
It's
they
like,
like.
Oh, I
no,
see the trailer
you
for
like
this.
disintegrate.
I saw the trailer for this. What channel is it on, Jared? Max?
Peacock.
Peacock? Okay.
For Peacock, it's insanely graphic, and they swear up a storm. Peacock streaming shows, they're doing it different than on the TV. This show is so graphic. It's kind of wild.
They also have a Bruce Campbell show that he stars in on Peacock. That I think that's more
I've seen his
graphic.
picture, but
yeah, that's more graphic. I don't know if it's good, but this.
But again, yeah, haven't finished it. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
It looks interesting. Yeah, it looks interesting.
It's definitely a like, oh, what's going on type thing. And it doesn't seem like you're gonna get answers in the first season. Like this is not a mini series. This for sure is like something that's there's gonna be a cliffhanger at the end of this. Like I don't know. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna get.
Is it supernatural or is it like you know what I mean? Is this gonna be like Lost where it's like
so that's the thing that you don't know. I feel like we're on maybe episode 5 or 6, and they like finally it was kind of like, oh, so like it really is. It's supernatural vibes. For sure. You really don't know what's going on, and they don't explain. And even when you do, when you get to that episode, it's still just like, but
why?
How? So
wait, is it?
Do you know why it's called Teacup, or is that like the mystery? You don't even. Do you like? Why is it called
Scroll
Teacup?
down, Chair?
Or is that a spoiler?
I don't know. The first episode they have a teacup.
So there is a teacup. I want to see the actors.
Was there a title drop or just?
She's from Handmaid's Tale.
I thought for some reason it was Deck Shepherd or whatever.
No, it's like people that it's like they look familiar, like,
but
I
they're
guess
not.
This guy was in Underworld. Yeah, it was like we're looking at. Oh, I guess Grey's Anatomy. Maybe it was like through just Grey's Anatomy posters or whatever. But yeah, it's just kind of like, why does this guy's face look familiar? And it's like, I don't know who he is. Yeah, I don't know. This I would say like, yeah, check out. It's 8 episodes. It's interesting.
It's done.
Again, violent. No, that's the thing. Is I think it's still weekly. I think there's one.
My only comment, Jerry, is I don't want to get what was that show I really liked? The Wolves one on HBO.
Oh,
Ridley Scott was producing. I don't want to get raised by wolves.
Ridley Scott's working on a new Alien.
Yeah, I saw that, Nick D.
Yeah.
But we'll see when things get confirmed. But I don't want to get raised by wolves where I get super invested in the show. And then that show was also building up. And you're like, what the fuck? This is getting kind of cool, like interesting. And then like, now I'll never know. I'll never know what was going to happen.
Like because I agree with you. I definitely prefer miniseries that are like, hey, we're ending this in this many episodes, whatever. Even if it's
it
like,
sucks,
oh,
it sucks.
2 seasons, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like, because again, the one thing I never finished Ozark. I never finished last season because there was that long gap.
That was because of COVID.
By the time
that was COVID.
Yeah, it was just like I kind of forgot what was going on. It's like, am I really gonna rewatch 3 seasons of that show? And that show is so intense. I've never finished Ozark.
The other thing though is that
it's kind of like, dang,
it built up to whatever. I don't want to get into the Ozarks convo, but yeah, it built up to a point.
Maybe one day we will, because it seems like
there's a lot to be
said. Did you watch
said.
Ozarks at all, Nick?
No, I heard you guys talk about it. And You guys said it was
I
good,
don't know.
but I've never.
I also
never finished it.
I'll also say this, Jared. I was already kind of getting over it by the time like they took too long to.
It got a little
like what you said.
crazy. Yeah,
It got too crazy, and it was like it used to be crazy and kind of fun, and like there was no fun. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was never fun, actually.
The stuff they were, but yeah, again, I think so. Maybe that's what it was. Once it seemed like they were having fun doing it, it sort of changed.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes. That's kind of what.
Because the whole thing was like they were. It was like
getting
we
out
don't
of
wanna be
situation.
criminals. We're trying to get out of. And then all of a sudden they're like
once they committed. Once they committed, it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah. I feel there's other. Let me check the Discord real quick. I feel there's a few things I missed.
Well, here, let me just pop off on a rapid fire real quick. So I got a few that I watched like over the long period when we weren't streaming.
Like I feel like those first 2, maybe even 3. I remember the.
What?
This is Mila Jovovich's husband.
Who?
Oh, that's right. We're not matched.
Scott Speedman?
Yeah, isn't this the guy who did Resident?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or is that the T?
Oh, Jerry, you can accept and see my thing. All right. I don't think we ever discussed this one. This was on Amazon Prime. I only watch this because I like Harley Quinn chick. Fucking from what the hell was
Margot
name?
Robbie?
No. The voice actress. She was in
Kuko?
Callie Kuko, whatever. What was she in? God damn it.
The Harley Quinn show?
No, what was her famous one? Why
Big
not?
Bang Theory?
Thank you, Jer.
How I
Big
Met Your
Bang.
Mother?
Big Bang. This movie was kind of cool. It's interesting. They're like she's the spy. Kind of throws you off on it. You know what I mean? Normally you'd feel like he's the spy, but he's like the stay-at-home dad or whatever kind of vibe. And he can't believe that she's the spy, and then she's gotten herself into some trouble. Kind of interesting. It says comedy. I don't know if it's really that funny, but it was a fun romantic action film. Or not more of a rom act.
A Romac.
A Romac. Yeah. I'd give it a C plus B minus, and I'd give it almost a B minus because I like her a lot. But the gentleman that played the husband, he was good. There was nothing wrong with him. I just don't know him. I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else notable in it? No, but it's pretty basic, like comedy or action comedy, drive along, shoot 'em up kind of vibe. Then I had my Halloween movies real quick. On Halloween I watched a couple. One of which this popped up, and I hadn't seen this since forever ago, and I couldn't remember whether or not I liked it. Resident Evil, Nick D, because I know you're not seeing the original Resident Evil, the first movie.
I can see this stream. Yeah, I don't know why that last one.
You can't just see Jerry. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like this original Resident Evil movie.
This movie rules.
Like, I don't know anything about the first game, if it matches up or not, but the first half of this movie too, like the beginning, the buildup is so weird and creepy, dude. And everything, I don't know. There's just something. I wish the rest. I know the rest of the movies don't follow this suit, but this movie was pretty freaking good, man. And I forgot that what's her name is in it, Michelle Rodriguez. I forgot she was in it, and she's pretty good in it, man. And like she's got her whole scene where she's shooting up the zombies.
Like she's like one of the security,
people.
Yeah,
there she is.
Enforcers or whatever.
And this guy,
that guy.
Why do I know that guy?
Oh,
is he in Underworld?
No, I know him from some dumb TV show.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
I'm sealed. I'm yours.
He's been doing a lot of that. Why do I know that guy? Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Ugly Betty. He's in Ugly Betty.
He's the boss in Ugly Betty. Jerry.
Yeah.
He's the boss from Ugly Betty. It's exactly what I know him from.
But this is like younger.
Yeah, he's
He
younger.
looks
He's younger.
there.
He's younger.
Or,
But yeah,
what year was this? Was this like 98?
2000.
2002.
Damn.
Yeah, 202. You're right, Jerry. That's right there.
I just saw it when you had to go by real quick.
But yeah,
that is 2006. Yeah.
This movie's great. I mean, I don't think it. I really want to watch the rest of them too, but none of the rest of them were
all great.
None of them were streaming.
Yeah,
just that. I remember the last one.
Movies are great.
The desert one. I remember when I saw it in theaters. I was actually kind of disappointed by it. I'd love to rewatch it now. That it's been years, which I think was the last one. Let me ask you guys this while we're on the topic. Has anyone even attempted to watch the TV series? Welcome to Raccoon City.
No, I wanted to because people were talking about how bad it was, but like
it's the first time they've done it without her.
It's actually the story of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like actual.
Interesting. All right. So my other movies I watched this while handing out candy. Monster Squad classic still holds up.
Hell yeah.
Crazy though that they dropped some really inappropriate language, and I always forget how old movies did that. And it's still like it's PG-13, but they're dropping like heavy F words at the school. And it's the kid from the Wonder Years, the older brother from the Wonder Years, not Fred Savage. Hilarious. Always love that. This is one of the best movies ever made for Halloween films. Such a freaking classic. I mean, this is a 2B personal S tier. Is it an S tier? Probably not, but I feel like it is. So had to watch that while handing out candy. And then another Halloween film that I'd never seen before, but it popped up on one of the streamers. It might have been on your Peacocky, Jerry. I'd never seen this.
I don't know what you're talking about, dog. You must watch that on DVD Depot.
My bad, DVD Depot. I'd never seen this before. Everyone always talked about it. I'm not gonna say the more I think about it, it's his first movie, so it's cool. But I think Nope is my favorite still that he did. Jordan Peele.
Yeah, for sure.
This was dope. Sure. And it's really cool. I really like that guy too. The homie, his buddy, who he's in the movie with John Cena. I like that dude. He's funny, dude. He was funny in this. Where is he? This dude. I really like this guy.
Little bro.
He was great in this. He's been in a few movies I've liked. Yeah, he's a funny guy, but he was great in this.
Isn't he in like the Vacation
Friends?
No.
With John Cena. Yeah, that's the name, Jerry. You're right. But yeah, Get Out was cool. I enjoyed it. Favorite kill was when homie kills the dad with the deer head. Jams him good with a deer head. You feel me? And I was like, that was cool. But yeah, I personally would give it a B. I thought it was good, but I just wasn't like super taken back by it.
You saw Nope first. That was your first.
Yeah, Nope
Jordan
was my
Peele
first
movie?
Jordan Peele movie. Yeah.
And you haven't seen Us?
I haven't watched Us yet. I saw Us was available somewhere, dude. To me, I will say this: Jordan Peele, they know his stuff's good, so I feel like they don't hit the streamers a lot of times.
Yeah, I remember it took forever for Nope to be streamed because I missed it in theaters and I just had to wait.
I watched Nope the minute I saw it available on streamers because I was more. I like sci-fi, so I was more
streaming.
Intrigued by Nope, and I still think like. This movie was really cool and stuff. I really like the running scene that was just on screen right there. I really like that scene. That actually spooked me when the guy starts running up to him. But I didn't feel like he presented a lot of new ideas to horror necessarily in this film. With Nope, I felt like he introduced a lot of like ideas I hadn't thought about with sci-fi. Like, dude, when that spaceship does, I know I'm talking about a completely different movie, but when it does the peeing or whatever thing on top of the house, I thought that was so cool. I think about that all the time still. I'm always like, that was so interesting. And this movie just didn't have that for me. It's kind of like without the race card thing, the idea, it's kind of like reminds me of House of 1,000 Corpses. He's trapped in a house with a family that's chopping up a head, or Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying horror concept-wise, just horror movie concept-wise, without the race card part, kind of super basic. Where I felt like Nope was more cool new ideas being presented. Personal opinions. I'd still say this is a solid B. I just think Nope is so far for me is the Jordan Peele high bar. I really like that one. And actor homie. I thought he was better in Nope than necessarily in this one. What surprised me about this movie, to be honest, from all the hype, I kept thinking he was still going to get fucked with and it was this horror movie. But really, it's kind of more of a revenge film. Once he breaks out free, he's the one on the killing spree. And I didn't know that. That was the most interesting part for me. Yeah. I just spoiled everything, but whatever. Who cares? The movie's like, what?
I mean, yeah, this movie's like quite a few older.
Almost 10 years old, yeah. So sorry, boys, but yeah, I'm late to the party.
It's so funny that I'm like, you should see it by now. And it's like, you're literally like, I just saw it.
I just saw it. Yeah.
So maybe we should.
Yeah, I just saw it. I shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm talking shit and ruining it. But if you're watching, we fucking. That's all we do is spoil. So
Weston,
whatever.
Go watch Nope.
I won't spoil this one, but I did finish the newest season of Murders in the Building. I really like this show. I do think the seasons have been getting a little bit worse by season if you're looking for the murder mystery part of it. But I think the acting all together with them, they've become even more of like a little group. But I do think the murder mystery part of it has kind of gotten a little too wacky and over the top now. Almost like Scream, how they kept building.
Have you watched it, Nick?
No, I was going to say, at this point, it has to end with one of the three of them being serial killer, right? How is there so many murders?
No, it's not that kind of show.
That would be one of them.
That'd be over the top. It's not that kind of show.
Yeah, I think they would lose.
It's
fans
not weird
that
someone dies every week.
No, it's not every week. It's every season. There's a murder.
Yeah, it's like it might
and they're trying to solve that
3
murder
months,
every
6
season.
months. Yeah,
and there's there's gaps of time and stuff. Yeah,
and I think it's like the last season or two. It's like someone they knew got killed, but I think the first season they were looking at like a cold case or something.
Yeah, in their building.
So like one thing that like I was asking Karina about is like, because she's watched it all and I just watch episodes here and there, is like watching this last season, because you've now watched them all, do you feel that like Selena's acting feels not as enthusiastic as the other seasons?
Like she doesn't want to be there anymore?
I don't know.
But that's what the character's supposed to be like, and they kind of discuss that too. But yes, like they've ramped it up to where like her character through the seasons too. Now she doesn't even live in the build. Like they've kind of made. That's the one thing about it. Like her storyline has just gotten worse and worse and worse. Actually, now that discussing it too, we're like things.
Yeah, I feel
things have kind of worked out.
A lot of Martin and him, other guy.
Well, and in positive ways too. Like
Steve.
What's his name? Martin Short. Martin Short, like last season, remember he had the Broadway show and yada yada. Like Selena Gomez's character keeps like going.
She's just kind of there.
Yeah. I don't know. I know what you're saying though, Jared, for sure. I would agree with you. But I like the show, but I am in a way like, okay, one more season, and you guys should try to put a bow on it before you really drag this out too long.
Because I feel they, even in this season, like, because they had sort of addressed that, Nick, where they're like, oh, like, I think, not really a spoiler or whatever, but like part of this season is like, oh, we can't even like solve this murder. We're like running out of cases to talk about. So it is like, I do think they are, as you're both saying, sort of aware of like, okay, this can't go on forever. But I think if for one of them to be a murderer for their podcast, it's like maybe that has happened. That actually has happened.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it's for like a podcast or a book, but it's just like none of those three characters that would be so out of character for one of them to do that. That again, I think fans would be like, what?
It's so like the show can get a loosely dark. There has been some moments, but the three of them are lighthearted people put in sticky situations, Nick. To explain it.
Yeah.
And Martin Short and Steve Martin are these very gullible, lovable guys. And what's her name's playing
they're like
this
famous old actors and producers. Like they're wealthy.
They're super
men.
wealthy in
And
the
that
show.
comes up
Yeah.
in one of the seasons of like, how are you even living in this building, Selena?
Yeah.
Building.
And Selena's this like riff-raff young person who represents all
like
the
her
young
aunts
people.
or grandma's old
Some
place or
some
something.
bullshit. Yeah.
That's why she's in the building.
Nick,
blah, blah, blah.
I'd say this, Nick. It's very well written. And Steve,
I've only heard good things. Yeah.
If you like Steve Martin or Martin Short, even the slightest
I love
bit,
both of them.
Steve Martin is one of my favorites, dude. It is a fantastic show, and I think Selena Gomez does a great job too. This is really my first time ever watching her really do anything, to be honest. I knew who she was. I watched that. I watched a few episodes.
This is like the first acting thing I've seen her do.
Yeah, I highly recommend this. I'm just saying, I feel like they can't beat that first season with this type of show, because now we're used to them being detectives. Where that first season they were even new to it, and there was something special about that first season that I don't think they could recapture.
Yeah,
I mean, they could keep trying, and I'll keep watching. But yeah, I give this season a B. But overall, Nick D, it's an S show because it's Steve Martin, Martin Short. Just the two of them together, it's S. But let me throw another movie at you guys that's kind of video game related. Have you guys ever seen this movie? Came out in 2015.
Yeah.
You saw it, Jerry?
What is this?
Pixel.
Yeah. No, Pixels.
I never saw this. I just watched this the other night. It's on Netflix. And it's freaking. It's got Adam Sandler, Peter Dinklage, and Josh Gad as the homies that are trying to solve the world problem, and Kevin James as the president.
Oh, Kevin James.
Kevin James is the president. Yeah.
Adam. Who's Adam?
Adam and Peter Dinklage are old enemies from the video game tournaments from when they were kids.
And Josh, Kevin James's friend, right?
And Kevin James and Adam Sandler were best friends growing up together.
Okay.
And Adam Sandler pretty much works for Best Buy as a the nerd people. What do they call them?
Oh yeah, Geek Squad.
The Geek Squad. Yeah, he's on the Geek Squad team.
Yeah, that's why they have all.
And then Josh Gad is was also childhood friends with Kevin James and Adam Sandler, and he's like was also hella good at video games and is hella nerdy. So then they come and then they bring back Peter Dinklage. They get him out of jail so he can help save the world. And then they make a team where they fight the video games. I got to be honest. Out of the more recent last decade of Adam Sandler movies, I actually didn't think this one was that bad. I love Pac-Man. I whenever I see that arcade, it's one of my go-tos, and that's actually a major character in the game. Donkey Kong's a major character, but OG Donkey Kong, because all
of them. They got the rights to.
They got the rights to everything. Yeah. I was
those arcade right
Mario.
There,
Mario fucking appears in it, but the OG Mario, the Mario that runs from Donkey Kong, so the pixel version, yeah. And in the credits, it gives I think it says all the big name players, what am I thinking, Nick D? Not Capcom, and what's the other one that made games and stopped making them? Makes Pachinko machines.
Nemco?
Nemco, maybe Nemco, or the one that starts with a K.
Konami,
I think. Didn't they make some of these games? Galactica and shit.
I think so. Yeah, I forget. That sounds right. But
in the credits, there's a bunch of because for some reason I left it on. There was a bunch of logos and shit. And I was like, oh damn! They got legit everybody. So it's interesting to me, and the reason I want to also talk about this one is that it was just interesting that this movie kind of predates more new video game movies, and this was crazy cameo video game movie, kind of under the radar in a way.
This was before Ready Player One.
Was it?
Well, it's definitely before the movie, after the book.
Yeah. Well, definitely after the book. But
what year did this come out?
This came out 2015.
2015.
Might be even after Ready Player One.
I never saw Ready Player One. Was Ready Player One like 2018? Or was that 2020? Was Ready Player One like 2 years ago? Like,
no,
that was a while ago.
I read the book like 10 years ago. Yeah, I don't know. About
it was 2018, so it came out 3 years after this. Yeah, so it did predate.
Okay.
Predates that. Yeah, it's crazy. Even as a cameo from the guy who makes right here is supposedly a cameo of the guy who made Pac-Man.
Dope.
I don't know. It's kind of a funny movie. Hour 45-y. Adam Sandler's got some dick and fart jokes in it. It's classic. I'd honestly give this a solid B, and I really mean that. I enjoyed it. It's not like in the Adam Sandler verse, it's probably mid to a little bit higher than mid because he's got some real good movies, but he's got a lot of junkers too. It's above a lot of the junkers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, of a lot of the ones that he's done in the last 9 years, this is definitely one of the like top 3, top 5. There's a lot of funny moments. Him and Kevin James, great duo.
And I had to say Peter Dinklage too, though. I'm not huge on Peter Dinklage because I wasn't a big Game of Throner, but I thought he was fantastic in this.
He was fine. Like, I don't know. I feel like towards the end of the movie-ish, he grew on me. But I feel like the early part of him being in the movie was like, I don't need Peter. And also, I thought, I don't know, I think it was maybe Josh Gad was really
I liked him
in it.
I'm going to say this. Oh, man, let's go back to this real quick. Josh Gad, he's been in a few. There's another movie that he was in that I find him to be like he's like the MVP. He always stands out as MVP.
Like the early movie. Maybe
the only thing I think I've even
always
seen with
talks
him
about Wedding
he's
Ringer.
in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
that's like the only movie I can even
The
think
Rocker.
that I've seen.
I've definitely seen this movie. It's not great. I
feel that one's. There's a reason it snuck under the radar.
Is it The Wedding Ringer? Is that what I'm thinking?
With Kevin Hart and stuff, where he's like
getting
married.
Yeah, he did.
And like the fiance's really mean, and then Kevin
is
Hart
he in
is like.
No, that's a similar movie. Why you're saying that, Nick?
It's just the same.
It's a similar idea.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't he in both movies? Is he in Hitch and
episode of Bored to Death? No. Fuck, man. Is it Internship? No. I guess maybe it is Wedding Ringer.
There's what? Click on Wedding Ringer. You just passed it.
No, I remember this. Yeah, he's the one getting married the whole time. I remember.
Yeah, I feel this one for me. It was like, and again, could just be that, Pat's watched it a bunch that it grew on me. But it's like, that movie's a little funnier than I definitely initially gave it credit for.
Something else. He was in the bad Ghostbusters movie. Huh. I swear I recognized him from. I know he's the voice of Olaf. And I do recognize that too, but that's fine. Oh, Murder on Orient Express. He was cool in that too. He's in that movie. I already remember that. Star Wars Rebels. Don't remember that. Yeah, I think clearly he's set for life though. He doesn't even have to work. Oh, he's fucking Bear Claw from New Girl. That's where I recognize him from. That's so fucking weird, but yes, that is where I recognize it. Bear Claw from New Girl. He had 3 episodes. He was a small reoccurring character, but he doesn't. This dude probably doesn't have to ever act again. He's fucking Olaf from Frozen. I'm sure he's gonna get Disney paychecks for the rest of his. Look how many times it says Olaf from Frozen throughout his career. It pops up periodically. There's got to be great residuals. Games. Yeah, one of them was a game and shit too. Yeah, for sure, Nick. But yeah, I like him. He's a great dude. I don't know if he's a great dude, but he's cool in the stuff I've seen him in. All right, I have to talk about this only because I'm just gonna say it right now. This is probably going to be my movie of the year for the DeLuises. 4:30 movie. Me and it is. It's gonna be my DeLuise. I really,
I
really.
just wish we could go back. I feel you said that for a few movies. It'd be so great to clip all
Oh,
those scenes
really,
in this
really,
movie.
really.
Yeah.
I feel at least like maybe 2 other
What
times,
else came out?
maybe one.
What else came out this year that I said? Well, whatever, doesn't matter.
I don't know. I'd have to think for a second. Oh, I could actually look it up.
I really like this. I think it's the best Kevin Smith movie since fucking. Let's look. Probably since Red State. Skipping over Tusk. No offense. Yeah, probably since Red State. Although I like Tusk and I like Yoga Hosers and I like all of them. Although Clerks 3 was really good, it fucking such a sour ending that I can't put it up there. But I felt like Reboot was just all fan service, which I loved as a fan, but as a movie, I don't know. And Tusk was great. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. I felt like this was like him, like kind of back.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is kind of like him back in his roots. Like it's a really actual solid film, and it doesn't have it. Jay and Bob don't appear in it or anything like that, but it still has the vibes of all of that. Fucking, what's his name? Ken Jeong plays the like main kind of antagonist bad guy character against these kids at the movie theater. He plays like the owner of the movie theater, and they're trying to hop movies the whole entire day. And that's kind of the premise.
Yeah.
It's really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd say it's an S. I think it's an A. It's a solid A.
I wonder how long before it's streaming.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a copy, Nick, once the Blu-rays come out. From Kev's website, and it does do. I know, Nick D. It right now it's showing you. Interesting enough, that what you your theory was where it was going to be a bunch of different mini movies. There is a few moments where he does throw a little bit of that in there, and it's fucking. Those are great. Like the one that they just were playing, where it's Harley Quinn as a prostitute who's also a nun or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's got some funny shit. But yeah, and homie playing the lead role, Austin, something or other. He was really good. He did a great job for a young dude. Everyone did a really good job. Ming Chen has one scene. He speaks Chinese the whole time. Yeah, S tier. I'm scrolling. I mean, there's a bunch of other shit. I'll throw this out just because it. Let's just see if they actually fixed it. And see, Nick D, look how quick they are. They already updated it. This has already been canceled, and it even has.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was terrible.
This was a sequel to that 70s show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful.
Kevin. Yeah.
It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Like the Tubes and I talked about the first season. Like
I had it on my list over a year ago. Yeah. And they split this new season into 2 parts, Cher, which I think also did it a disservice.
Yeah.
They did like part 1 and part 2.
How many episodes?
Probably
like 4.
What do they say about Hyde? Why isn't Hyde
they considered it a 3rd season actually. 8 episodes.
Oh, interesting.
Is he in jail in the show?
No, they don't even mention him.
No, I don't
they,
think
they don't mention, like, well, because think about it, like Eric. Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah, they only mention Eric and then Kelso and Jackie because they're the only ones who have a kid. They don't mention Fez. They don't mention.
Even with the Kelso and Jackie, they appeared in season 1 for like maybe one or 2 episodes, and then they
I don't even think
never
they were in the same episode together. I think wasn't it? Like,
no, they were. They walked. They walked in and
okay.
kissed. They walked in and kissed.
Okay.
Hyde and Jackie did. Now they've had Eric and Donna. Donna has appeared many a times. She clearly didn't have much going on, but she's also the mother of the girl. So it would also make sense for her to appear a bunch of times. But they write off Eric constantly as he's a writer now. He's always on trips and shit. So Eric's never around. Yeah. And then I think they had one cameo from Fez in the once again in the first season. Wrote that off. The only person who was a real actual returning character, Nick D, that you would remember from the original show was like Tommy Chong. And do you remember the flamboyant guy with the shaved head? He was from that 70s show. Him and Fez would always get in fights. I was a big That 70s Show fan. He also appeared in that 90s show.
Until like when Eric left. I feel like there was definitely a point when I was like, all right, I'm out.
There's a few there's a few cameos, but to be honest, it's the red. Even what's his name? There he is right there. His character reappears. Seth Green's character from that 70s show. He was always in love with Donna. He had a couple small arcs on that 70s show.
I feel like I kind of...
He was the other nerd at the high school that wanted to steal Donna, that was also obsessed with Star Wars and shit, and couldn't believe that Eric got her. Anyways, he appears. Point being, it's random. But Bob's in it a bunch too, because he's the other grandparent. Yeah. He's the other grandparent, right?
That's awesome. I like that.
But it's really the Foreman show. It's there because it's really about them.
Red and Kitty.
Yeah, it's a Red and Kitty show.
Kitty are the best.
Yeah. But I agree, Jared. It wasn't great. I wasn't surprised to see it come to an end. I was a little disappointed because they just added Jason and Kevin to the show, and then it ended. And it was like, that sucks. Like, too bad they weren't in it from the beginning, because then we could have got 3 seasons of them. But the thing is, dude, because they kind of catered a little too much to the nostalgia of that 70s show, I feel like the new cast of kids never got the shine that they deserved. And that's kind of the one thing the show did a disservice to, because they were still... So much of the episodes would be about piggybacking with Red and Kitty. Where if you watch the original show, it's about the new characters, and they kind of were doing that by the 3rd season, but it was obviously too little, too late. It's canceled. See you later. But yeah, it was a C show to begin with. Boom, it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Because again, I feel even when they tried to do that 80s show, that also didn't work. It really just was something about that 70s show, that cast. And it's just like, I don't know. The other decades just don't. I don't know.
I mean, I think it was like it was kind of like an original. It's not even really that. It really is just like
well, it was a fantastic cast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like even Donna and Fez, for instance, and what's the one that's in jail?
Hyde.
I don't need to say his name.
Yeah, Danny Matherson. I slipped my mind. I had to say it then.
I think isn't Danny Matheson? Isn't that a comedian? I think it's Mass. Yeah.
Whatever.
It's funny that's like calling out just a guy had nothing. He's like, I didn't do any of that shit.
They even because they didn't get huge roles after the show had ended, but even their chemistry together was so good, and then the other 3 had massive careers after the fact, so it was just a special time, and everyone worked out perfectly, and these new kids just didn't have unfortunately they didn't have the charisma together or what have you. Whatever, fuck them.
Feels like it's hard to be a TV star. No one's even watching TV. So if you're on that 90s show, it's if you're not in a Tarantino movie or something, I'm actually going to watch. I'm not even going to see you.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch a show about the 90s because it's we lived through that. And then it's kids, I don't think want to necessarily always sit through a 30-minute show or this or that it's just I don't... They're hoping to get probably both audiences of us and new people, and it's just nobody wanted to watch that, guys.
I did, but it didn't work out. That's all I can say. It just didn't work out.
I think I would have been a lot more. Wait, what was it? Fox that did it?
No, it was Netflix. So
it was on Disney Plus.
No, Netflix.
Oh, it was Netflix.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually on TV, and I was like,
No.
That's probably why I didn't even know it was a thing.
No.
Like it was on.
But the whole
I don't
Fuller
think I could
House
nib
blew up.
Yeah. Is TGIF still a thing?
I don't think so.
Are there 4 new shows?
No.
If it is, it's like online, but
no, definitely not. Here's another one I watched.
Sunday night is still the same, right? Like 8:00 on Fox. There's still Simpsons, Family Guy. Like, is
I don't
that
know.
still a thing? Yeah, like from when we were little.
I have no
like
idea.
Animation.
Sunday night domination.
Power. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That'd be cool if it was. Like, yeah, like I was just like, yeah, it looks like TGIF is gone. There's no more Snick. It seems like that thing is dying.
Well, yeah. I mean, streaming killed that. That's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I guess besides like Monday Night Football.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, Super Bowl Sunday, fucking like the big shit like that. Yeah, them playing like what do you call it? A Christmas Tale or whatever all day on Christmas, right? Like those kind of things. But I think Jared's right though. They do some of that, but it's gonna be on streamers, not on necessarily on TV. Like I think Elvira, for instance, like I think she does something with Peacock now, or
yeah.
Or maybe it's Paramount Plus, whatever. But but she used to be on cable promoting Halloween movies, right? So they just switched it up.
Yeah.
But real quick, I watched this movie and I gotta give it a shout out. I'd never seen this one.
Dope.
Have you guys seen this one? It's a classic, I guess, Denzel film. Devil in the Blue Dress.
I think I watched this in Miss Brian's. I think I watched it.
It's got some intense action scenes, but it's kind of a murder mystery. It takes place in real racist times too, but like what, the 50s or 20s or whatever, where it's still very segregated. But Denzel's kind of badass in it, but the real badass crazy motherfucker in the movie is Don Cheadle. His character pops up in the movie and just kind of goes wild for a moment, and you got to see that part at least. It's pretty good.
I don't remember where you're.
He like comes in hot and like kills some people or shoots a guy or something or other. I can't recall off tops right now.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch.
He's great in it. He plays like Denzel's cousin or something from back home or whatever. I think it's New Orleans or something like that. Great movie. Never seen it till more recently. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. It's a I'd say it's an A-. A-. A great Denzel. Fantastic Denzel flick. Definitely worth checking out. And then I had this one on the list too, but I can't recall if I like this or not. This was a while ago. When did I put this on the list? Like 3 months ago. But I watched this for the first time. And it had, what's his name? And Resident Evil chick. James Bond versus Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now I remember. She works for this movie was pretty good. Actually. And that older guy, I know him from hella shit, too. This dude. Why do I know this guy, Jerry?
Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown, yeah.
Yeah, he's in this, too.
He looks like Lynn.
He's kind of a major character in this movie. But yeah, this movie's kind of cool, man. It was on. I wanted to throw it out to you guys because it's worth checking out. I forget what it was streaming on. Oh, maybe the Peacocker. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. I'd say it's a B-, C pluser, but cool action scenes and stuff. And I always like Resident Evil chick, Amelia.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich is awesome. Have you guys ever heard her album?
No.
She released an album in like the late 90s, early 2000s. It's like actually pretty good. There's like this one song on it that's like genuinely really great. I think it's just a one-off too. I think it's like, oh, she's like, I'll put out. It's like kind of a banger.
I don't know. I guess that sort of sounds familiar.
The Alien song. I think she even sings like part of it in Dazed and Confused. Maybe. Might be.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's pretty much it, right, boys? I can't think. I mean, there was a ton of other older shit that I was putting on there, but those were the ones I kind of wanted to skim through and get to real quick that had been on the list for a while. Because some of these I'd never heard of, like this Mila Jovovich and I can't even say that name, and Pierce Brosnan film. Never heard of.
Yeah.
Don't even remember seeing a fucking trailer for this or anything, you know? It's like, wow, how did that... Who made this? Yeah, I don't even know these studios. Yeah, check it out. Anything else, boys? You got?
What was it called again? Survivors.
Survivors, yeah. I don't even want to go like it's an old movie, but I still don't even want to give it stuff away because it kind of there is a little bit of a Shyamalanian twist in there, so it's cool.
Yeah, I don't think. Oh, I beat. I got the credits for Hades. For that game.
So that means it's over, right?
I mean, like, you know, it's the thing where it's like that part of the story, but you can get on blah 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 if you keep talking to characters, and it's like I'm not doing that. I think getting the.
Do you mean by you have to give the? Do you mean by giving them all the ambrosia?
Yeah, and like talking to them and blah blah blah. So it's like you have to escape 10 times, and then you get the credits. So it's like, all right, I did 10 escapes. I think it took like 91 tries or like 100 tries, I think.
That's not that bad at all.
I think it's been like 75 hours, 80 hours.
91
like
tries,
that.
Though? Like, that's pretty fucking...
I think it's 100 tries. I think it was 100.
That's still, like, I feel like I died like 20 times the first few times I played it.
Again, it's a thing where it took me 60 tries before I got my first escape, and then within the next 40 I got 9 more. So it definitely, because once you beat it the first time, they do actually give you can get a lot of the stuff you need to upgrade your weapons a lot quicker after the first time you actually like escape.
Interesting.
Yeah, it definitely was like, again, playing it's just like I'm never gonna beat this, never gonna beat it, and then it's like got it once, got it twice. I think I beat it 3 times in a row is the most.
That's dope.
3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I haven't really been watching anything besides, I guess, Veep. Played Hades.
That's cool.
Taking a gaming break, I guess.
I finally beat the red deck, which unlocked
That's awesome.
Which unlocked the magic deck.
Sick. That's coincidental.
Beltro.
Yeah, and Belotro.
Belotro.
But I went on a crazy fucking run, Nick D, with 2 pair. I just kept souping it up with the Torah cards or whatever, and then like I got like some joker that like it was enhances 2 pair. So then I just kept fucking anything and 2 pairs like a good one because you get 2 pair a lot. So then I fucking just went on a beautiful run. I even screenshotted. I didn't realize that there's a code when you play, and you can give out your code to other people, and then they would get all the jokers that you had. So I can give you this code that you could play it with the jokers I had. But I don't know if that counts as unlocking the deck or whatever. I imagine it wouldn't count. Yeah.
I doubt, like, it's possible, but I doubt it. Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah, and it's cool that there's a little Belotro thing.
And Dave the Diver? That's wild. Nice. Yeah. That's crazy. Are they owned?
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, there's a little Easter egg in Belotro for Dave the Diver. You could change your cards to looking like Dave the Diver or Among Us. There's a third one. I think The Witcher.
Interesting. Interesting.
You get for free, Nick. It's in the game right now. I forget what
Yeah, like I think there's some kind of cross thing. I bet they both dropped at the same time because like I literally was just like out in the underwater village, and then I go into the casino thing. The guys like play this game, and I'm like, this is fucking Balatro. And then the music kicked in. I was like, this is actually like this isn't just like a knockoff. Like this is a crossover.
Oh, now that I unlocked new ones. Now I have Stardew Valley. There's Dave the Diver, Stardew Valley, Vampire something or other. Vampire Survivor and Among Us and The Witcher. Oh, Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I was gonna say it must be like a what's the company? Is that CD Projekt Red? Like they must have their own portal. Like it's like their own Epic game, whatever. Epic launcher.
That's crazy.
That'd be cool if there were Cyberpunk jokes.
But you go to option, Nick T. Where do you go? Fuck, I just had it on my screen. You go to option and then customize deck, and it's just there.
That's sick.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I want to get the Cyberpunk one for all of my cards. But yeah, I've been playing a motherfucking ton of that, which is kind of similar to what you were saying, Jared, but not. Where you have to keep running at it though, the try aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's easy, just like one more time.
Yeah, one more time. Fucking. Do you think you'll play Hades 2 once they officially drop it?
For sure.
I don't know. My buddy let me borrow his game. I didn't buy this. So yeah, I don't know if Nick gets it. I would maybe play it, but it's I don't know. That was the first roguelike game I beat. I played Dead Cell with Nick when that first came out. I don't know, 7 years ago or something. And I never beat a single level. Yeah. So this is the first game like that I've actually played through and beat. And it's just it's cool, but yeah, you definitely obsess over it. And I don't know, again, I spent 75 hours, 80 hours playing that goddamn game.
It definitely has pulled me away from Street Fighter. I've taken all my Street Fighter time has gone into Hades. And I'm nowhere near as good as Jared. I can't beat I've never beat Hades. I've never actually spoiler alert, is Hades the last guy before you can actually beat it? So yeah. I've never actually made it out.
Yeah. They definitely make you grind for it. I definitely again wasn't beating it until just grinding the gems to buy blood to upgrade a weapon.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends. If it went on sale, if it's really good, maybe. But I'm not waiting for Hades 2.
And I think we looked it up. I think it's not coming out till next. So it's it's not.
Yeah, exactly. It's a minute away.
Would you beat Dave the Diver so I can play that fucking Dragon Ball game? But I don't want to buy another game until
Yeah. Would you recommend Hades though, to actually
for sure
beat?
Yeah, it's
definitely especially if you can get it for
beating it.
You can play it for free if you have Netflix.
It's probably it's I almost think that it's get it on Switch or get it on Xbox.
I mean, I agree. I agree, but I'm just saying it's a very accessible game.
I mean, yeah, if you can, and I would definitely say because I played it mainly handheld, but there were times I did play with a controller. If you have an iPad and Netflix and can Bluetooth a controller to it, I would definitely say
that'd
go
be the
that
way to
route
do it.
If it's not going to be laggy, because you were saying, trying to do touchscreen seems weird.
Yeah, touchscreen was too much.
Isn't, but
on the phone, my phone's
controller
big, but it's
is
not that big. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worth. So what I would also say, playing it to get the credits, I don't feel like I needed to necessarily beat it 10 times. like having gotten that part of the story and everything, it's like, okay, that's fine. I definitely didn't need to do this 10 times, because originally it was like, oh, let me do it with all the weapons. And I think there's 5 weapons. And then I did it one more time. Then I looked up, like, all right, how many times do you have to beat it? And it's like, all right, just 4 more or whatever. It's like, fine, I can try that. But yeah, I don't think I needed to like beat it 10 times. Beating it once is satisfying enough. At least for me, looking back.
Yeah, I didn't feel the need to go back on like something red at all. Like I don't know. I wonder how I like because I'm probably already at 100 hours. That like I wonder if like I beat it and then I like get obsessed and I'm like, no, I am gonna beat it a bunch, or maybe I'm just like, well, I've already sank like I beat it my one time.
Yeah, and even like beating it with the other weapons is like, I don't know. It's whatever.
It's such a little story you get probably, like because it's like even like you don't get a lot of lore per run. Like it's all like cumulative. Like even if you just think about with like one character, what you learn from one character is like, man, I've interacted with them like so many times, and I still like know next to nothing about Nick. Next to nothing about before they even tell you like that, like before Patroclus is even like mentioned. Before it's forever before Achilles is like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's down here, and you're like, oh shit, we've been talking for 100 hours and we haven't even gotten to your thing yet. Now,
yeah, that and so and
because
I looked it up and people were saying that they were maybe even a little further than I was, of like, oh, I have like 7 of the gods all like decked out super super far, blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, maybe only like a third of the way done doing it. It's like, yeah, I'm not putting like 200 plus hours into this game for just story. It's like, I definitely don't care.
Really? That's how much it would be?
Just because, again, it's like Nick's saying, like,
well, I mean, if you're really good,
and so again, it's a thing where, well, again, if you're trying to max it out with all the characters, it's like you can only get 4 gods per run, and after that, no other god will show up. So it's like, unless you are like, oh, here are my 4 gods, I got them, I'm quitting the game. But then again, you can't quit the game because then it won't save. So then you won't have those conversations. So you have to die or whatever, complete it. And that's like about 30-40 minutes if you go all the way. And so it's like, again, you would have to do it 4 at a row. And again, you need like all the alcohol to give them, that like it's such a goddamn grind just to get their hearts up, that it's like, I for sure can't. I'm not like making a living off of this. I can't do that.
Yeah. I only have one god fully maxed out. Like I accidentally gave Artemis that special bottle that you get from Theseus and Estrus, which is fine because I got another one. But like I didn't even realize that I was giving her something special. So yeah, I've only got one god fully maxed. Oh
yeah.
And actually, maybe I've got Athena. I think I've got Athena. Artemis.
Yeah, I think I have 4 of them. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of like repetitive playing that it's like, it's cool, but I'm not that obsessive. And again, it's like each weapon has like 4 different versions that you can unlock, and it's like, no,
I looked at a tier list, and so I'm not pissing away time.
Yeah,
like I'm pretty much just using like Achilles spear, the chaos shield, the second gun. Like yeah, like I'm only fucking with the best weapon.
Yeah, that's the other thing, was I got tired of losing it, so I just looked up. Yeah. Like, oh, what's like a strong build? It's like, I'm not trying to just guess this anymore. It's like, I just want to complete it. Like, I'm not here to experiment. Of like,
see, that's the thing that turns me off of wanting to play that game, though. Is like hearing that. Yeah. I'm like, oh,
I think you'll. It's one of those things where I think you'll like it because it's very arcadey. But what's cool though is that you can make it as deep as you want it.
Yeah,
you can,
exactly.
But Jared and I didn't really want to, so we just started going to YouTube.
Like, yeah, again, it is a thing of like, yeah, like, hey, this with that, and it makes it less like, again, I'm not wasting of like, is this a good combo or whatever. And again, then you also don't have to go that deep of like, what's a build for this or that. It's just like, dude, I like the Ares Doom gives me extra damage, and like the Deflect Shield. Those are like two I always did, and it's like I could pretty much go pretty far with those two, and everything else is whatever. But yeah, it's definitely worth beating once.
Orb that does the ice laser. That's now like my new favorite cast. Like I'm like, I don't even want to cast it.
Yeah. Or if it were to go on sale, I'd look into it.
Like for sure, it's a if you can get it for like $20 to $25, I think it'd be a perfect.
I'll wait till Hades 2 comes out and get it for like 10.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about on Switch, on Xbox. Yeah, like on Switch, I wonder if it'll go on sale.
Yeah, for sure.
But
on
exactly,
digital?
Like,
no, on digital.
Hopefully. Like,
games.
I feel like Nintendo's dog shit about like maybe because it's a popular game.
Nick, you're tripping, dog. They do huge sales. They just did. I could have bought
for indie games. They will.
I could have bought
maybe. Like I'm just saying. Like I've had a Switch for a long time, and most of the games I want don't ever go.
I'm saying that you just aren't looking, Nick. Like they for sure have huge. I guarantee they have a sale right now. They have a sale all the time. Like everybody does now.
Not for the games that everyone. Like Nintendo doesn't. Like you know what I mean. Like Smash has never been on. Smash is like a decade old.
No, Smash has been on sale. Smash has been on sale.
I'm just saying, like the Nintendo's not as like generous with that shit. Every other.
I
straight up.
I can't speak.
So it's like I'm just saying you can get it for free on Netflix right now if you go on Nintendo. They're gonna be like $60. It's like okay.
I bet it's not $60 right now. On
maybe. You might be right. You're right. I don't check Nintendo.
They have sales on like their big like
$10, 60% off.
Yeah, right now.
Ends in 6
that's
days.
Legit.
Hades.
Yeah, I mean that's
Hades.
That's a good deal.
See that's exactly what I was saying, and I only said that because I was about to buy.
Like $35 for physical.
I was about to buy. I was thinking about buying Curse Golf, and it's normally $40 or whatever, but they had it on sale during that demo for $7. And I was like, damn, like I fucked up. I should have, because the minute that demo ended, it went back up to the 40. And I'm not going to pay 40 for that game. And that's the only reason I threw out $10 for Hades, because if it's not free with Netflix because you have to pay for your membership. But if it's a part of the Netflix deal, then it's obviously been written off as a cheaper game at this point. I don't know.
I mean, it is an old game
because it's been out for quite a time, like a while, right? Like,
handful.
Oh no, 5.
Now
I actually don't know.
Nick, what you're dead on right about is physical games. If you said Nintendo never marks down their physical games, they never mark down their physical games. I would agree 100% with you on that. That you're dead on the money. Yeah. The digital one, it actually pisses me off because they actually do sales all the fucking time. But I don't really want to buy digital. And it actually...
it's released in 2020.
Oh, wow. So it's not that old. But yeah, they do... I get emails. I get emails from Nintendo all the fucking time about goddamn... That's why I know, too, because I get a goddamn email all the time about sales and shit. And for Mario, they always do these blowout, like, every Mario game. Which one do you like? Pick one. It's on sale. No. What they never do too is they never mark down the console, I guess. I didn't know that, but I listened to something about how they never really, the only thing that Nintendo will do is they'll throw in a free game. They never mark down the console.
But you're still paying, full price.
You pay full price for the console, but they threw in like a controller in a game, like, oh, cool. They'll do add-ons. They'll never fucking actually mark down the product. And I think that's a visual thing. They never want the product to be seen for cheaper.
Yeah, that it like actually can lessen in value.
Yeah.
Sale or not.
So they throw in a game and a fucking controller. Anyways.
Interesting.
Yeah. Dave the Diver's the game I actually was more intrigued by, to be honest, than even I already tried Hades and I liked it. I just wasn't.
Skater Bunny Simulator.
I wanted to try that, Nick D, because you've spoken hella highly about it, and a lot of other people speak hella highly about Dave the Diver.
Yeah, that and Dredge. I think we need more fishing games. More dope.
Just added a game to the video games. You should review that, Tubes.
Oh. What is that?
I don't know.
$1.99.
Skate Bunny.
I don't know, Jared. This is
probably terrible.
This is I was about to say this is
For
probably like
$1. That's probably janky.
an
Probably
iPhone
super
game.
glitchy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't look at the price.
I'm gonna pass on that. I kind of want to play fucking. Holy shit! Fucking Overcooked 2's fucking $6 right now on Nintendo.
But is it the?
It's just Overcooked 2. It's not the jumbo one.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Which is super.
But
annoying.
it's
I wonder how many
also
people-
not the physical, just the fucking download. I really want to try out this fucking Mario Party Jamboree because I'm hearing hella people say it's the best Mario Party to come out in hella years. This, that, the other. I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah.
I actually haven't bought. I haven't bought one Mario Party for my Switch because I've always heard bad things.
I really either bought one or two. I think I bought the second one they released, which was still just an updated version of some other one. And it's like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's not what it could be, where it does seem like the new one is finally like a good version of it.
But this is some bullshit. Here you go, Nick D. They want to charge the same amount for the digital as the physical. That's crazy. That's
for sure.
insane. You should at least get a $5 markdown. You're not.
I mean, I agree.
You're not even receiving the case or nothing, bro. Give me $5.
I mean, the cases are nothing without the booklet. That's like the biggest shame of gaming history is no more booklets.
Some games
that
come
had
with
all like
that.
the original art and everything. Like that was so sick back.
But not with like, again, it doesn't matter, but not with instructions. Sure, some might come with a booklet that has a picture, but it's like, bro, how do I fucking jump right now? I want those old school, hey, here are the characters. Here's how you do this. Like a quick little tutorial. It's like, I know they put it in the game now. I want the booklet.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jared. And then they always had cool art.
Yeah, the art was always the best part.
And you get to see the cool art. Like you'd be like, oh shit, this is what it would look like if it was a hand drawing. You know, it was always tight. Yeah, I'm with you. Do you know what? You know who still does it though? Is if you buy limited games, a lot of times they come with full on booklets. Like my fuck. Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mine came with a full booklet.
And that card and that Pizza Hut thing.
Did you ever get your pizza?
No, I never opened it, so eventually it's gonna expire.
It might already. Yeah, it already did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I opened mine.
I think
it was like a year or something.
Yeah.
From when we ordered it.
Something
like that.
Nick D, did you ever beat Dave the Diver? Or like, is it like a short game, or is it like go for days? Kind of like.
No, it's still going. Like I beat a boss last night. Like it's still going.
So it's a longer fucking game, huh? I'm actually watching a video on it.
Yeah. Like because like you can like you can have short runs, but I feel like I always want to stay in the water for as long as like it's a day-night cycle. So like you don't want to like you want to make every time you go into the water like really count. Like it kind of bums you out when you're like, man, I could have brought back so much more shit. Like I had so much more time, but sometimes you're like, I need you to go back. I beat this mission. I don't want to like risk all this shit. I need to get back to the boat.
Interesting.
So it's always that risk reward. Like, do I? Because there's definitely been times when you're like, dude, I just died, and I just like I've now wasted like an hour. That like really set me back, and that hurts. That sucks. Because I never just you can like if you die, you can be like, we'll let you keep like one or two things. Everything else is lost. I just restart my save. I'm not doing that. If I'm putting all that time in, I'm keeping.
I feel like
it's great.
This is the kind of game I'd be into.
It's awesome. Dredge is the same kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Dredge is the other one, huh?
Like those are my two. I think it's funny that my two favorite like games, like indie games of the last like couple of years, they're both like fish related.
Mine's gonna be my game of the year is Balatro, probably. So I'm a fucking loser.
Balatro's great.
I was so stoked when I beat that fucking thing. I was like, yes, I've been waiting so long.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other no other video games? Nick D, what do you got anything real quick?
No, just Hades and Dave the Diver. That's all.
You've been Hades, huh?
Definitely want to start playing Street Fighter.
Yeah, I can't wait for my copy should be coming soon. A fucking
I think it's at the end of this month. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, dude. All right.
Dope.
Let's call it a night. Peace, everyone. Have a good night.